everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Leanne from Mad for Pandora. In this video I'd like to talk about my Moments bracelet. It's actually an oxidized bracelet and it's a size 18. I really love the oxidized bracelets. I find that because I really like the oxidized charms that it makes it pop, and it's really sort of gives that dark light effect. And yeah, they're probably my favorite. I do wish they would actually bring them back. I noticed that they've got a reflections bracelet with the oxidization, and I think that looks so much nicer than just a plain silver. And if I was to get one, I would definitely get an oxidized one. I can imagine having the oxidized bracelets with even the shine or the rose clasp. They would be very nice, and I'd definitely be tempted for that. Okay, so this bracelet is actually really special to me. It's my pink family bracelet, and I've been really wanting to show you all. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's one that I've taken quite a long time to actually get it the way I wanted to get it, and it's definitely not something that I would take apart. If anything, I may swap one charm or something, but it wouldn't be one that actually had a lot of meaning. My collection is based on a combination of meaningful charms, but I actually link it together with like flowers or colored charms to not have it that it doesn't sort of blend together, but so that it does. The safety chain I have on here is actually, says family forever, and that's very important to me. My family is very important. I love that they've actually made a safety chain that actually says that. Might actually start on this side, I think. Okay, I'll do this. Hopefully it won't go all flying off, but it shouldn't. Okay, now the first charm I have here, and I'll tell you its special meaning, because ice cream, and my husband's family especially, is very important. I mean, we eat not a lot of it, but there's a lot of stories of my husband growing up and their family eating ice cream, and yeah, it's an important part. And when I saw this charm and we didn't get it in Australia, I knew I had to track it down. Fortunately, I actually found a seller that was on the other side of Australia that sells charms that she gets in from overseas, and she's a very trusted seller. I've bought quite a few things from her, and it's just a beautiful charm. I love the bail on the top with all the little bubbles. Just so pretty. I just think they've done a really good job of this. I haven't seen too many people on YouTube with it. This is very beautiful. Okay, this next charm was actually an eBay purchase, and this one is a rose. I remember seeing this years ago, but it just seemed to retire, and I didn't know it was going to retire, or I would have purchased it sooner. It's a beautiful rose. It's got pink CZ on the top, and on the bottom it's the same on both sides. And the reason this charm is so special to me is because I've actually my mum absolutely loves gardening. She's gardened all my life. She used to make me take flowers to school for the teachers, and that was rather embarrassing, I can tell you. I used to get called teacher's pet and all sorts of things because of the flowers, mostly pansies that I took to school. But anyway, to me, a flower represents my mother quite well, especially roses. She has a lot of roses in her garden. And I do not garden at all, so it's special for her. Okay, the next one here is actually the little, it says, the little tag, and it says congratulations, and it's actually a little cake. And we actually had 2 daughters get married in May, a couple of years ago, and this was to represent their weddings. And when you have 2 daughters getting married 2.5 weeks apart, that's real fun. Okay, the next one here is actually an oval light, and it's just the pink CZ overlights. And this one I've had for quite a long time. I used to have a pink and red bracelet, and it went from my pink and red bracelet to when I just created a pink bracelet, it came onto here. And I got these when they were reduced because of they were clearing them out. I've actually got 2 of those charms. Okay, and this one here, I just really love this one. It's just a little flower, little CZ flower. Got this one off eBay as well, and it's lovely oxidized detail. I don't remember this one being in store. It's got little tiny pink CZs. It's very cute. And this again is like a filler charm. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it just helps to tell a story on the bracelet without it being anything particularly special. Now this charm here is the one I've got to represent my dad. He's actually extremely clever man. He makes model boats out of timber. My mum usually makes the sails for him, and he sails them down at a boat club that he goes to. They're really big. He's actually given me one of them, and it stands on one of my cupboards. Yeah, he's very clever, but this represents him very well. Paints pictures as well. Okay. Now this one's actually the little dog bowl. It's got woof written on it. And this one isn't just to represent my dog, but the other little fur babies we have in our family. Both my daughters have puppy dogs, and my other daughter, her husband has a dog as well. So I guess that's hers now too. Now this is actually a rhodolite flower. Very beautiful. It's got 2 rhodolite stones in it, and it's a clip. I just love these ones. I love the oxidized detail. Actually very hard to get hold of. It's like a kind of a pinky red sort of color. Even got a little bit of purple in it, but it's not the purple one. There is a purple one. This little puppy dog here is actually called Buddy, and he's the zodiac dangle, and he's to represent my dog Bundy. And I always think it's funny because he's actually got his favorite bed toy. His name is Buddy, so I think it's kind of funny that yeah, that's what the charm is called. Okay, now I probably need to turn this around. Oops, and there you go. Some of the charms are going to fall off. This one here represents my eldest daughter. And when they were growing up, my 3 daughters, they loved Winnie the Pooh and used to play a Winnie the Pooh game, like a bomb game on PlayStation. And they also used to have toys of Eeyore and Tigger and Piglet. Nobody had Pooh Bear though. And my eldest daughter, she always had Eeyore, so I've actually done something a little bit different, and I'm using Eeyore to represent her. It's a really, really beautiful charm. Now I know when these originally came out they were really oxidized, and I waited and I waited and I waited, and eventually when they brought out the others they weren't as oxidized, which I think is nice because they go together a lot better. Okay, this one here, it's actually a rhodolite heart. I think it's called Treasures or something. Sorry, I should look that up. There's a locket and everything in this set. Very, very beautiful. Just love how it's got the little dots around the stone. Even though it's fairly plain charm, it's really stands out. It's really beautiful. This next charm represents my middle daughter. She used to have bundles of energy and be running around and fairly noisy, and she absolutely loved Tigger. We always got a Tigger toys. He's got a little flower in his hand. It's actually very cute. Got a gorgeous little tail. The detail on these are just amazing, really. So glad when I updated my glasses that I can actually see a lot of these things. I couldn't really see the detail for a while. This next charm is actually a little Piglet charm, and he's holding a little teddy bear, which is very appropriate for my youngest because she always had teddy bears. I guess in that sense she took after her mother, and it wasn't until I got Bundy, our dog, that I stopped buying teddy bears. Always loved little soft toys. She used to have this really big teddy bear, big brown bear. She used to take it absolutely everywhere. He's so cute. And I ended up buying the little house, even though they had a new one out by the time I bought this one. Plus I didn't really have much room for the big one, but I actually really like this because our house is only little and fairly plain, and but it is ours. Well, the bank's too, I guess, but isn't everybody's. Yeah, it's really cute and fairly simple and plain, but it fits in that gap because if you look at my bracelet, it's not completely in the middle. But because I had a dangle of Bundy and a dangle of Piglet, I sort of had to do it in a sneaky way to sort of even it out. And I had a gap, and I didn't really want to just put spaces on. Okay. Now we've got another one of the rhodolite flowers. And the next one here. Oops, we're all going off. Okay, now this one here is actually another one that didn't come to Australia. I bought this one on Rulala when we could buy from Rulala. The first one I got actually had, it was, I don't know, a bit malformed or something because I ended up just sending them photos of it and they sent me another one. Or they gave me my money back and said just order another one. It's actually a really nice charm. We love coffee in this house. My husband makes me coffee every day. It's my love language. I just love that he has a coffee machine and yeah, just does that for me. It's just a really special thing. So you'll see a lot of coffee things on my bracelets. It's why I use that little coffee cup. that I got for my photos and stuff. And the next one here is actually supposed to be a little teacup, but to me it actually doesn't represent tea, it represents coffee, specifically coffee when my sister and I meet up for coffee, my husband and I go for coffee. Yeah, just because when you go out you always get like a little saucer with it, so that to me is more of a little cup when you go out. That's what that represents for me. Okay, the next one is another one of the little flowers with pink CZs. This one here is very special. My daughter actually went to university and she finished it in 2018. She graduated. She did a bachelor in game design. And I think this is so cute. I love the little scroll. It's just so beautiful, and I'm glad it was only tiny that year. The next year one is a lot bigger because I didn't have much room on my bracelet, but I definitely wanted to represent that she was the first person on my side of the family that actually went to university, and it was a really big deal. Okay, then we've got another pink overlights, and then I've got this other flower. It's just a pink CZ flower, and I'm not really sure of the name of it, but if you have a look at it, it's probably a pink posy, because if you can see that, it's actually the same flower as my ring. And if you have a look at this little spacer, that's actually the same as the little pink one on my ring. Yeah, so actually then what I've done is I've actually put this other little spacer, it's a little bobbly spacer on the end, because I just want to give the illusion that this one and this one are actually the same. I don't know if you can see that, because this only had a really thin bail and this one had a thicker bail, so I actually wanted to give that illusion that they were similar and matching. Okay, now the last one here is actually a very special charm. It's also being a very naughty charm. This is actually the Faith, Hope and Love, except, well, as you can see, there's no anchor anymore. The reason there's no anchor is I actually had this on a very, very special oxidized bracelet, and I got it caught on something in the cupboard when I was going through things, when I was walking in the room, and it caught on it. And when I actually looked at my bracelet, when I took the charms off, it had the biggest kink on earth, and I was so upset with it. I'm like, I'm taking that off my bracelet. It had caught on things before but never done damage, so it was like, oh man, really? Anyway, so I ended up getting it taken off, and now I don't have to worry about the charm. I enjoy it for what it is. My husband gave it to me for one of our wedding anniversaries, so I do love it and I wanted to use it, but I didn't want to be scared to use it. So now it's actually part of this bracelet, which is really good because I like to have something from him or a part of him and our faith on every bracelet. So it's part of my family bracelet. And it's pink, so it was the perfect bracelet to have it on. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and basically this ends the pink part in my collection. So all the parts that go together for the pink essence with pink moments, and then I have my rings. But I have quite a lot of my collection. Also like the different earrings that I can wear with it. So I can either go sort of dark with the oxidization or with that sort of design, or I can go bright and poppy and sparkly. So it just depends what I want to add to my collection and which way I want to wear it. But it gives a lot of variety. I'm not stuck with just a pink bracelet with all the accessories are the same. I actually can choose which way I want to wear it. Yeah. But I do really love my pink set. Like I said, it means a lot to me, being my family bracelet. It took me quite a while to get it exactly to the stage I wanted to, and I love it now. It's really good. And thank you for watching. I will be doing a couple other special bracelets in the next few days, and if you'd like to see that, please stay tuned. And thank you for watching me again today. It's quite late at night at the moment. You guys are probably just getting out of bed, so a lot of people from America that watch. But yeah, it's just meant the world to me watching other videos and all the people that have subscribed, and it's just a great community. Yeah, thank you, and see you next time. Bye.